Well, this is some of the worst news ever. As a huge fan of Avatar, I was really excited for this live action, considering all the attempts to bring it to life have been so horrible, with M. Night Shyamalan famously making one of the worst movies ever.
Earth.
And then, pretentiously changing their names, I guess, to make them sound more Asian, and then hiring the whitest people ever.
So, are you the Avatar Ong?
And then, you have James Cameron who just made everybody blue. It's just absolute batshit craziness.
You should not be here.
No, but in all seriousness, I think one of the biggest appeals to me was the fact that the heart and soul of Avatar, the animated series, the creators, they were going to be a part of the live action because they really know their characters and they know what they're doing with these characters.
Like, it would be one thing if they maybe gave their blessing but weren't directly, going to be involved, or just, Netflix is doing their own thing and, it is what it is, and then you can kind of see what we get. But yeah, when you have them on the team, they're part of this creative team bringing this to life as a live action thing, and to have them suddenly announce no, we've stepped away. It's not.
We completely disagree with the direction.
Like, we are not seeing eye to eye on what this thing is supposed to be. That's definitely, it's a bad sign.
Yeah, and it's certainly a different take because Michael Dante DiMartino, in his letter, wrote, Netflix's live-action adaptation of Avatar has the potential to be good. It might turn out to be a show many of you end up enjoying. But what I can be certain about is that whatever version ends up on screen, it will not be what Brian and I had envisioned or intended to make. That is a hard pill to swallow.
You're right.
I mean, hey, maybe this is a power move. Maybe it gets them back on the project.
It's possible we'll still get a good adaptation. It's possible that they just weren't the right people to bring an animated show into a live action universe. Maybe. But that's a real, that's a real remote possibility.
I'm with you. I think just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean you're good at another thing, even if they're very similar. Dave Filoni's amazing with the animated Clone Wars and all Rebels and all that great stuff like that. But I have to say his episodes of The Mandalorian are a little weaker when it comes to directing live action. And it doesn't mean he's not going to get there, but I don't think it would have translated that well.
Good, great. And kind of speaking of, Star Wars universe, there was the real public famous, firing of Lord and Miller for the Solo movie. And I know while some people were disappointed with Solo regardless, you could also see that the movie we got from Lord and Miller might have been even worse. Theirs was going to be a very different, much more comedic, much less true to the kind of Han Solo character. So I don't know.
You might want to buckle up, baby.
This didn't happen today. This happened a month or two ago.
Okay.
That happened back in June. In that interim, Avatar has been at the top of Netflix's streaming list. They brought out the show and they even updated it to HD, and people have been going for this. Avatar has been back on top of things in a way that it hasn't been for years. And that's kind of happened since this split happened. So maybe this brings people back at the table because clearly there is a ravenous desire to see Avatar
in the form that they created it.
Exactly.
So I would like to think it's a nice power move that plays out. They had just announced that they were joining right before, so they basically broke up right away. Netflix.
It sounds like it really they got in, they started working, and it clearly, at most it was 5 or 6 weeks ago that things were not going to work out between the two respective parties. Not good news, but I'm a hopeful person. Maybe we still,
Me too.
It's possible we still get something that's worth watching.
They even said themselves, they want to be clear that this isn't the end of their involvement in the Avatar universe, and the stories and characters are important to them. And with the renewed interest and excitement in Avatar and Korra, it's been inspiring to see.
Maybe another animated series comes out of this at some point, or some other kind of adaptation as well, because this is huge levels of excitement that hasn't been seen in almost 10 years.
This is one of the best, in my opinion. I'm a huge fan. So we'll see how it goes. Let us know in the comments below how you guys are feeling. Obviously, we're a little scared over here, but let us know, and like and subscribe and check in for more Trigger Puppy news.